Welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a monthly spread quickly and easily. Now I have a few of these videos up on my channel so you can review them. I'm not teaching you how to do art or anything like that because I am not very good at art. And I also run 3 businesses and I have a big family. So I have a lot of things I have to get done every day. And I love to journal. I'm absolutely addicted to journaling. I have kept a journal since I was 12 years old. And I just recently, in the last year or so, learned how to do bullet journaling and junk journaling, which takes on a whole new realm of possibilities for my journaling because since I was 12, for decades, I have written by hand, page after page after page. So today I'm going to show you some quick ways to get a monthly spread done. I've done a couple of these for you before and I want to show you after in case you don't find that video or whatever. I use, so just so you know, for my I do 2 kinds of journaling. I do bullet journals and I do junk journaling. So in my bullet journal, and I got this all dirty somehow, I use the Exceed from Walmart, these Exceed books, bullet journals from Walmart. They are absolutely the best. They're only $16.97. So if you want to have a really nice looking journal, it's just beautiful. Dot journals. If you want a really, really nice dot journal, I highly recommend these. 10 times better than the Lectern, which is the first one that I ever tried because that's what everybody told me to use. But I didn't like the bleeding and I didn't like the ghosting. Now, I will show you the other color. Sorry. This is the other color that the Exceed comes in. So it comes in this purple, comes in this blue, it comes in this white, and it comes in a red color. And so I alternate during the year. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4 months, 4 months each. So I can get 3 of these. I do 3 of these a year. All right. And then I have a scripture journal that I use, and I have a video. I'll try to link it to, I'll try to remember to link it in my card here on this video of a video of all the different journals that I've collected and what I do with each of them. Hopefully that I can find that video, put it up here. So this is the one for this year, for 2020. I have January, February, March, and April so far here. So this is all, I'm going to be all done with this today, or yeah, now, like it's done. I'm on my last, here I am on my, oh, actually next week will be the last week. But anyway, kind of just flipping it through. I did another video on some other things that I did in my journal. Now in this one here, I'm not going to do a flip through because I don't want you to read all my writing because I do write a lot. But maybe I'll do a flip through where I can learn how to and I have people's, information. I don't want, to share all that. So this year was quite tragic. This is really thick. What I love about the Exceed is you can just use these, use the band to keep it closed. I try to remember to do that at night because I do get my journals quite chunky. Now this year was a really sad year because my husband in January passed away. He died of a massive heart attack on January 26th. And so a lot of this, is all about, and then his birthday was going to be this month. So a lot of this stuff in here, of my regular journaling part, is all about my thoughts about him dying and the kids coming, all the kids coming in the funeral. And so we just had, and then March, trying to start my life over again in March. So I wanted to show you what I really like to do with my journal. So that today what I'm going to show you is how I do my spreads really, really quickly. Let me put this over here. And we're going to be working in a white one for starting in May. So this one will be May, June, July, and August. And then my last one will be, which will be another pink one, I think, will be, what did I say? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. All right. So for this book here, so this is the beginning of an Exceed so you can just see before I start writing on everything. They have a line here for this. I should do an intro video on the Exceed, shouldn't I? I probably should. This is the index, and they give you nice, and this is 100 GSM paper, so this will not bleed. And well, unless you're using some of some of the Crayola markers bleed, but if you're using high-end markers, they're not going to bleed. I always start off with my testimony, my 45-year plan. I'm 61 years old now, so I plan to live over 100 and healthily. This is my goals sheet and goals, and my different benchmarks I want to reach, my brain dump going on, and then I have one at the beginning of every one for all the college and baseball goals and tasks for my 17-year-old son that I have to do. And so then here starts my May. So for May, I wanted to do at first I wanted to do some really pretty daffodil kind of colors, but I've been doing a lot of flowers. So in February, I did hearts, and I love butterflies and I love flowers, so I tend to do too many. Well, I guess there's no such thing as too many, right? So on my May for 20, I do freehand. So first I pencil it in, and I need to do this quickly, and I'm not a good artist, so I'm not going to be doing like all this painting and everything that you see. I am not that, so I'm not the right YouTuber for that part to share with you that. So I wanted to do some waves, and I was thinking about just drawing in the waves. Over on this side, I always pick out a really nice saying that I want to do. So I'm going to do that there. And I'm just kind of showing you how I'm going to do this. Now, for the markers, so now I have this added in. Oh, let me grab my eraser. And for my eraser, I just use these ones that you get at Walgreens for like 10 cents during back to school by Wexford. They work just fine. So I typically use them. I don't use the ones at the end of the pencil a lot of times because the black stuff, it doesn't work right. And a lot of times when you're erasing, it just smudges. So I don't like that. So first I do this my lettering all freehand. Now the markers that I like to use for this are my Tombow. So let me just show you the supplies that I use when I'm doing the monthly spread. So I'm going to do another video on the writing parts. See, so just so you know, like what I do is I have all the spreadsheets here, and then I have regular writing. Okay, so then all the regular writing goes here, and I count and I divide it into 4, so that way from here, I start my counting of 4 from here, so from page 12, because remember the first 12 pages, I do something special in the front. My stuff that I don't want to lose, I put in the front. So I'll take from 12 to page, hold on, from 12 to 240, divide that and figure on that's how much room I give each month. Now I always go over, so that's why I have other journals. And so once I'm done filling up all the pages for a month, then I'll typically sometimes I'll go right into the next month. Like, so here I'm already writing April 23rd. I wrote in my May journal because I don't have any more pages in my April section. So I probably could get away with doing 3 months in each bullet journal, but the only reason I don't is because then I would feel pressure to finish the book if I hadn't finished the book yet. So look, if I divide it into 3. So right now I'm comfortable doing 4 months, and then I'll take different journals that I'm working in. I have a scripture journal that I like to use, so I'll spend some time in there, which I don't do every day. Or I'll use one of my, junk journals that I'm doing and work in there. So there's always something going on. And because I'm very busy and I can't spend hours and hours a day on journaling and doing all the crafting, I can't do that. So it's probably better for me to do it this way. So that's what I do there. So now for my supplies, I use these 2 Tombow pens. I have a link to my Amazon link in the bottom in my description area for these pens. I haven't found them anywhere except on Amazon. I even tried at Michael's and stuff, but not these particular ones. So this is a Tombow BH150, and this one is these are the WSB 5 150 and a BH 150. So these are the two I like to use. The other pen, and they don't bleed and they don't ghost. And the other pen that I love to use is this Sharpie pen. This one I have marked with a white label just so I know that this is my good one, because I try to use them until they run out of ink. So if I have to have a really crisp black, I'll use this one. Otherwise, I'll use my one that's kind of already been used a lot. So I like to use those. The other ones that I use for lettering are my graphic illustration markers. I got these on Amazon, so you can get those there. And then I have a link to my favorite Frixion pens. So these are ballpoint pens, but these I do for my monthly writing of the tasks that I need to get done. Each one of these colors symbols a different part of my life or project that I have to do. And this is something I teach in my time management classes. And then the other thing is these are erasable. That's what I love about them. And the only place I found them, once in a while you can find them at Walgreens, but they only sell them in a pack of 2. And usually it's a green and a purple. And so if you're not using these 2 colors all the time, I use red the most. So actually on Amazon, I found a box of 12 red ones because this is the one I use the most. This is for business. So this is about money, business, my business projects, and my companies. This one here is for learning and taking my classes and my webinars, because in all of my business, I have to continue to get better so I can keep up with my competition, but also so I can keep growing and learning. So that's what the green one is for, entries for that. My purple entries are for, oh, I forgot my light blue one. I don't have it here. My purple is for homeschool and family stuff and house stuff. And I'm not using my pink one right now, I don't think. This one and this, well, let's pretend this is a light blue. Maybe I can't remember, but I have a super, oh, here it is. I have this color blue that comes in the pack. So the pack comes with these 6, 7, because it has a black one. I think that's it. So it does come with a black one, but I never use the black one. And not in my monthly, not in my monthly spreads though. And this blue one is for baseball stuff. So anything to do with my son's getting ready for college, baseball scholarships, baseball games, that kind of stuff, training, that goes there. So that's the colors that I use there. All right, now, as you know, I love to use rubber cement because I don't like to have the bumps. So I will be doing all of my attachments of templates into my monthly spread with rubber cement. Also get yourself any kind of a card, like a credit card kind of a thing, to smooth things out. I use a regular number 2 pencil. And I think that's about all, and I use washi tape. So this time, and washi tape I usually use not in the monthly part, except for I will do one spread that has to do with my son's baseball. So I keep his stats and all that, and this is running out. I'll have to find another one. So I'll use either this blue and white striped or this red, white, and blue one, and those symbolize, and that way I can find the baseball page really, really quick. Let me show you how I do that. So like here in this journal, if I want to go right to baseball stuff, I can go right here, see? So this is here's his college. I can just lift that and have that right there. If I want his baseball stats and stuff, I just go right here, and here's all the baseball stuff that we're doing. So I'll just put this on. So even though I can put it in my index, like you can put it in the index. Let me see, where's my index? If you can put it all in the index, but I find I don't always use my index. So using the washi tape is much better for me because I can just close the book, see, and I can go right, oh, there's the baseball page, right? And I can go right to there from whatever I'm doing. So I like to do that, I'll do another, after I do the monthly spreads, I'll do another video. My next video will be how I decorate the pages that I'm going to be writing on and how, getting the book all chunky. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my Tombow and, let me go get some scratch paper because we always want to check and test. Let me get some junk paper. I keep I keep all my scratch paper when I print and I don't need the other side or whatever. And I'm making sure, let me see if you can make sure you can see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that closer to me. So I'm gonna make sure that I like the font, the way that it's gonna feel. Yep, that's fine. Make sure there's enough ink in there. So I'm gonna take my May here, and I'm just gonna take the pen, and I'm not gonna follow because I like the free flow when I letter. So lettering is something I love to do. So I'm just gonna come down. Looks like I might need a new marker. There. And then I'm just gonna bring this in like this. And then I add I'll add my own kind of like little edging as I feel like it as I'm doing this. Okay. All right, so here, I want that a little thicker. So I just kind of look around and see how I want to. I really like the way that A turned out. So I'm just going to go ahead and, if I get too close, I'm sorry. I might be putting a shadow on as I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Oh, maybe I'll make a little guy foot right there. And then I'll come through and decorate. Now, when there's more letters, I'll do more fancy, like shadowing and things like that. But for May, with just 3 letters, I really don't need to do a lot. Just maybe make this a little bit fat right there. Now, and then I'll just go here and do my 2020. Oops. Made a little mistake there, but that's okay. No big deal. I'll go over that 2 times. Now what you do is very simple. I just take my eraser and I come and erase. Whoops, it wasn't dry. You gotta wait for it to dry. So I haven't let it dry totally. Once it's dry, you're just gonna come along and finish and erase any place where I didn't go through there, okay? So because that's still drying, I'm gonna put this, and here I'm gonna write, remember on this side, I'm just gonna write something there, a saying usually, typically I write like a little saying. Now down here, I want to put a little decoration, and so I think I'm just gonna draw some waves, and I don't know how to do that really well, but I'm just gonna guess. That's not gonna work, I don't like that. So I might not draw. I am not a good artist, so I might just get some stickers to put there, or I might, oh, I didn't like the way that's erasing off there. Maybe my pencil might just be too, maybe go like this, and like this, and then like this, and like this. Yeah, there, that's better. And then I can come and color these in later. And it's just gonna be, I don't have my markers with me or anything, but I'll show you when I go through and decorate the book. So that's really fast for your May, right? Now I showed you before, oh, there's a little bit of ghosting. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if this book is not the brand new book. It should be. Let me make sure it's the 100 GSM. Oh, I don't have it written down. I'm pretty sure it is. It's thick. Yeah, I think it is. But I wonder why it ghosted there. That's interesting. It doesn't, I'm wondering, ooh, maybe it's not. Maybe I bought the old one because they have 2 of them. Let me feel this paper real quick. Oh, this is thicker. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have problems. Guess what I did? This is thicker. Shoot. Oh well, I'm gonna have to deal with it. So here, I count across to make my monthly. I already counted my lines. I counted my dots and then just make a line. Now I don't use a ruler. A lot of people do, and then I just color that. And then I'm gonna come and take my Tombows. I like this one. And I'm gonna come in and lay this flat. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Come along the lines like this. See? And I just try to hold a steady, but it's easy because you've got the dots. See? And I made a mistake when I was counting and I went too big on this side, but that's not going to be a problem. Actually, it's good for me to have more room. So I'm not concerned, and it doesn't bother me that they're not perfect. So some people, you know, if you have to have it perfect, then yes, count them a second time so you don't make a mistake like I did, and come through and use a ruler. It's just much faster for me to do it this way, and I'm not having to, I've learned that it's not a big deal. I don't have to be a perfectionist. May's a long month, 31 days in it. 2 of my days are back in April, I think May, because I started on Monday and I didn't want to waste a whole, I'm not going to waste a whole, here I will, but on my monthly spread, I'm not going to waste 2 pages of a book for 3 days. So especially if they're going to fall on a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday when I don't have as much work to do. Oops. Yeah, that one I should have moved over as well. So you see, it's very, so I can do these very quickly. And I've done quite a few. I've done them for a year now. So it's, I found the calendar that I like the best. And using that one, that style, which is this one, for the monthly calendar part. Oh, and you know what? I think I moved my calendar. Okay. These ones here don't matter because there's no day there. So that's why I decided I would go just a little bit bigger here. Wider on the days. All right. So that's what I do there. Now the next thing that I do is I'm going to figure out what color I want the days of the week to be. And because it's an ocean theme, I am going to be doing a blue. So I'm going to look for my Staedtler markers. You can get these on Amazon as well. I like to use these Mars Graphic Duos by Staedtlers. These are really nice and light. So I really like these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come through and make the little mark for my, and I want it to be light today with the ocean blue. So I'm just going to come through and I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not worrying about how perfect it is. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So these ones don't need them. So I'm just going to come in here and do this. Now I learned this technique from Amanda Lee. So you can look her up on YouTube. She is a really good doodler. I'm not an artist. I'm not a doodler. So if you want to learn doodling, subscribe to Amanda Lee's channel. She's just amazing with doodling. She's a very good artist. I learned how to make my believe my sunflowers from her and my daisies from her. And I also did another like retro spread that she had. I did one of those last year. That turned out really cute. A couple of the things, I did her balloons, which mine were a fiasco. So what I did was I just printed hot air balloons. She did this beautiful hot air balloon spread, and I wanted to copy her. And like I said, I'm not a good artist. Again, you can come through here if the pencil marks bother you, and that's what I do, go through, and I'll come through here, and after I'm all done, come and erase those. But I don't want to do them now because typically when I do that, I'll let this rest for a little bit before I do the blue. Come through, erase everything, and then come through and do this. So some of these I'm not going to be, obviously, but I was worried that it wasn't drying in time. So just to see if there's any others that are in the way. I think that's fine. So I have a couple where I have the line going into the little blue thing I'm making there. So I don't worry about how many days there are at this point. I just go through and do this because it doesn't matter if I do too many or not enough. I can always fix that later. And if you do too many, you just have more writing space. So now we wait for that to dry just for a little tiny second. And I'm going to come through here now with the, this time I'm not going to use the Tombow. I'm going to use the graphic number 5 for this part. This graphics pen number 5 I like better to do this part with. Make sure it's working. No, that's a 0.05. Here, I want a 0.5. That one was, I had a feeling it was way too skinny. Oh yeah, this works better. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come through here and outline these. I don't outline them and then color them, because that takes, number one, that takes too long. And remember, I have to do things quickly. And number 2, it can smudge. So this, you have a lot more control to do this after the fact. And then if I make a mistake, I can just come back in and fill it in with the blue pen. So I really like this method here. Doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're journaling, you know, and there's no rules on any of this stuff. I mean, if you're a purist about this, then I think you're missing the whole point. All right. Now I got those done. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie for my writing tool, and what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to go back to my Tombow, and no, I'm sorry, I'm going to do my Sharpie, and this is always, I always start on Monday, so we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then over here is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to take my, I'm going to use my Sharpie one more time, but I'm going to take my Tombow and I'm going to do a little May 2020. Really quickly, some lettering there like that, you see. Now I'm going to come over here and look at my April book here. And I started May, I have here May 1st was a Monday, May 2nd. Okay, so Thursday is April 30th. Oh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Sunday's May 3rd. So we're going to start with May 4th right there. So, I mean, I'm going to, let me see how many weeks there are. No, I'm going to do this. Let's see. If we do 1, 2, 3, this is the 3rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we're perfect. So we can do that. So what I'm going to do is take my Sharpie here, and I'm going to start, it's a Friday's the 1st, and go like this. Now on my monthly spread, we're going to skip those 3 days when we come to the monthly templates. So here's 4, and then I'm just coming in here and freehanding this. Just like this. And hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. If you do, you can just come and put a sticker over it and draw it on the other side. There's all kinds of ways to fix in case you're miss a number. I've done that before. And we have 31 days in May, and there we go, 31 days, there we go. So this page is all done. Now you can decorate it however you want if you want to get more fancy or whatever, but I just leave it like this because it'll be filled in with so much writing, it's not even funny. So now we're going to turn the page. Yes, these pages are not, just let me show you. Yeah, so I bought the wrong journal. That's a bummer. Okay, well, I'm not going to go throw it away or anything because I just want to show you real quick when they don't see my February thick. See how thick that is? There is nothing. You see how it's not ghosting through at all? So there's no ghosting. And then when I turn these pages, there's no ghosting. See, there's no ghosting or bleed through. So yeah, unfortunately, they made these exceeds and this one first, and then they made these ones next. And I should have felt that. I don't know why my store was even selling these, because they had them on, they were trying to practically give them away. That's very interesting why the page became so thin, but it's really bad. The bleed, even on my, yeah, that's really, this is just like a lectern, which I hate. So that's very interesting. I don't know if you can see the ghosting or not. I don't like ghosting. And that just, I picked the wrong, I must have picked from their clearance rack by accident or something, because I have this other one. Let me see. Yeah. I bought my 100 GSM heavyweight paper. And this is the same book as this. It's just for some reason, let's see the thickness. Of course, I haven't opened it. That's very interesting how, it would be interesting to see how, I have my scissors, how this compares, but I can already tell it's different. It feels different. So I'm gonna have to do a lot more making it chunkier. It's gonna have to be able to deal with chunkiness because I don't like to do that. All right. So now we're going to go to these pages. So again, this is very simple to do. I'm going to take my pencil, and these ones, I'm going to start here on the second dot line and just draw it all the way across. So it's very simple. Go all the way to the front to the end. Then I'm going to take my line and I'm going to go, let me see how far down I go on my pages here real quick. All the way, okay. So I'm going to go all the way down, or I can go all the way up, whichever is easier for you to do with your writing. And I'm going to come all the way across. Whoops, eraser. It's also not erasing as smooth, and you can see the eraser with the this Exceed journal, the one with the 100 GSM paper. It's very glidey. The paper is very glidey. This is not as much. This is just like lectern paper. Yuck. All right, so we'll go here, and then we're going to come down. It's easier if you come along the side like this. I'm going to show you a little trick here. I have this in another video, but in case you missed the other video, I'm going to show you this trick again on little hack that you can use to make this go super fast. So we're kind of making a template here. Whoops. See that? So that one I will see. Yeah, this is smudging, not because of my eraser. It's smudging because of the kind of paper. Darn it. I do not like that. That is not good. So I'm going to have a problem with this journal. Okay. And then on this side here, we need to, okay, so that one was already working. All right, so now here what we're going to do is we're going to count all the way down, and then we are going to find the middle two pieces, right? So I'm hoping that it has the same amount of dots as my, because what I'm going to do for a shortcut here is take one from my, already from my other journal, and I'm just going to eyeball this and say that I believe it's here and here, which is going to make it go like this and then across like this. Okay. And then across here and across here. And then we're going to want to make that mark in the middle there. So it's going to be like, I'm just going to cheat here. But what I typically do is just, what I typically do is count. And we can count too. So if you wanted to count or measure with a ruler, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it should be 26 then, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's perfect. I eyeballed it just right. Then always turn your pages on the side to get a more straight line. All right, so that's there. So here we could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to come through, and unfortunately that eraser is not that's not going to work on this paper. So I got to figure out what to do, because what we're going to do is we're going to come in and erase these two lines. Let me just try to find one other eraser. I don't think I have one that I can use actually. Oh, that's a real bummer. Just in case, let's just try one more here. So we'll just erase that right there and erase this. It's still kind of marking it up, but okay. So this is how you make this, here's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then an extra writing one. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I put my big 3 for the week. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the Tombow. I think I'm going to take this one. And we are going to draw these lines in black. And this is the only time you'll have to do the pencil, because I'm going to show you why. And I always turn it on the side. Make sure you stop there. Okay, I have another one here. It gets a lot faster the more you do it. So like I can do these super fast now. I'm doing it a lot slower now so you can see. Then we're going to go across. So I'm going to write the days of the week on top in that skinny space there. Okay, same thing over here. The least you can lift it up and rest, the better. So the more you can do like this continuous line like here and then stop, the better, the straighter line you're going to get. All right. So before I write anything on there, I'm not going to do the days of the week or anything like that. So the next thing that we're going to do, because I'm going to show you how to make this really quick, is see how you can, the ghosting there. So you're going to take this. Now, when you're using the 100 GSM, you're going to have a very faint line. You're not going to have the ghosting. So you're still going to be able to do this. So what I do is I just come through and do this. Okay. And it's going to make it this makes it so fast. It's just a really cool hack to get your monthly spreads done very quickly, because we got to do like 5 of these pages, you know, so you don't want to spend, I can't spend all day doing them, or all night, I should say, because that's just typically when I'm doing it. So now what happens is we're going to come back. So we're not going to do this side now. We don't do this side. We're going to take this page and turn it and flip it and do another one of these. You see that? So we're going to take this, we're going to flip it, and now we're doing this page, this back page. I'll show you why. I think you'll be able to guess that why. All right. So we're going to come through here, finish these off. Now, what we're going to do is now we take this one back over. See, the one we didn't do, and we have our template there right underneath, so we don't even have to measure this one. And that's the hack I wanted to show you. It's like so cool, and you can just get through doing these very quickly this way. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to do another one. Same thing. Take this one, go this way. And then, of course, remember to count your page, the weeks, you know, your pages. These Tombow markers are amazing. You got to get yourself some. It's one of my splurges. I don't splurge. I mean, I can show you, I teach classes on YouTube on how to journal for no money, because you don't have to buy any of this stuff. You can use your kids' crayons, their markers, you can do any of that. But this is one of the splurges I like, is using, there are some nice things, tools that I like, and this is one of them. Just love Tombow markers. They dry and they draw just so smoothly. I know we have at least one more to do here. All right, there we got that one done. So now, let's see how many we got. We've got, well, yeah, so we only got 1, got 2, 3, very good. So we're on the 4th one. So this will be the 5th one, I think. And then we'll double check when we count this. Oops. And if I make a mistake, the next pages are going to be glued on templates, so it doesn't even matter. Oops, I made a mistake there. Oh well, I'll fix that later. But let's go and count. Just, oops, I made another mistake. Okay, let's count my weeks. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 of them. Oh, I might have done too many. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops. Okay. We did one too many, but that's okay. So we'll just do this guy here. I'll show you what to do with the mistake I made. It's good. Make a mistake so you can see what happens when you make a mistake. Gosh, years ago, I would flip out. Such a perfectionist and OCD about everything. And oh, believe me, that just causes too much stress in life. It's not worth it. It's just a piece of paper. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here. We're going to match, and know that I put that in my April journal, so I'm not going to be doing that. I know I'm going to start with the 4th, right? So, but first, we're going to take our same color here, and we are going to make our little, you know, whatever you call those, half circles. You can make these as nice or as little as you want. Now, I'm not going to do all these. I'm just going to show you 1 week so you can see how to do it. And then we'll go on to the next part of the monthly. So what happens is this is the monthly spreads, but then there's other pages that I repeat every single month. And so I'm going to show you though. And here, we're not going to make one there. So then again, we're going to take our graphic pen here and draw the line around these. It's just a very precise pen for this type of outlining. Whoops. And then I'm going to take my Sharpie. So that was going to be the 4th, right? Monday starts here. So we put a 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure I'm doing that right. Thursday, yep. 8, 9, 10. And then here, I'm just going to put here, big 3. All right, now we're going to go through, and I'm going to use I'm not going to use the Tombow because it's a thick Tombows, right? And I need to be able to write nice. So I'm going to take my graphic marker for this one. The Sharpie is a little bit too thin, and the Tombow is too thick, so I like this one. And then we just write the names of the days of the week. I'm getting so used to doing this for now a year that I know right where my days are from now on. All right, so there you go. You can decorate it however you like, whatever. I don't put stickers or drawings or anything. I can't do that. And mine gets so full, as you can see, so full of things to do on my bullet journal pages. So if I open like to this week, you can see that it's just totally full of stuff to do. All right, so let's go past all of these till the last one. We didn't need that. Let me make sure. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yes, so this one made a boo-boo, but that's okay. Because now what we're going to do is I cut out all the templates that I use each month, and I am going to add those in now. So I'm going to get a piece of paper that I can get all yucky on this. And we're going to first put first thing that I like to do is my habit tracker. So I'm going to take my habit tracker, and guess what I did with it? I made it super easy. For my habit tracker, I don't think I have do I have my mood tracker on here? I might not have my mood tracker. Oh yeah, I do. So for the habit tracker, I just write down my habits here, and I'll show you one that I did for this month here, just to give you an idea. So there's a habit tracker there, see? So I did it all in the different colors. It looks so pretty, so colorful, and yet I didn't didn't have to draw it all out. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I tried that at first and I'm like, why am I repeating that work over every single month? I don't want to, and I don't have time. And if I did have that extra time, I'd rather do some stuff in my junk journal where I'm actually creating some art or something like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just turn this over like this and take my rubber cement. You want to use this in a well, you know, don't be locked up in a closet doing this, in other words, because, you know, it does have fumes to it. It's not like a white glue. It's acetone-based glue. But I just absolutely love these because, you know, you can make a mess with it. It just rubs right off. Now, I don't know. Some people have told me that the staying power over the years is not so great. But for me, that part's not going to matter. I'm not 18 anymore. I'm not 20. I'm not 30. So that part's not going to be that big of a deal to me. I think it'll last plenty long enough for all my kids and grandkids to enjoy it. Now I'm going to take my little card and just push it down. Oops. And I covered up that mistake there. Now what I like about this is you just rub off any leaking rubber cement. Here's some that came through on the other side. And you just wipe it right off. Makes it nice and smooth piece of paper to use. Just feel with your fingers around and then just come off, and that's all fine. There's that habit tracker. So on this page here, I am going to do my affirmations. So, or is it goals for the week? Let me look and see. I think I put, April goals. So now I'm going to write April goals. This one's going to be just very simple. And because I'm using these blues, I'm going to look for another Staedtler blue that I have. This one here, I think I like. Yeah, I think I'll use that Staedtler one. I have lots of markers, but I only brought these because this is what I think I'm going to be using. So now here I'm going to write May with a darker color. Goals. And this one I will spend some time doing some doodling around it or whatever later on. The next page is going to be 2 templates. So we're going to take, this is my food eating charts that I watch, trying to get my nutrients in every day. And I'm going to use the same habit tracker, but I'm going to make it go like so. So let's do that. Where's my paper? So we'll just take these, and usually typically you can do both at the same time. Take my rubber cement. Just make sure you have good space to have other things underneath you while you're working. I wouldn't like do this all like on a nice wooden desk. I have a piece of foam board for my work area here on top of one of those little portable desks for my filming. But when I'm actually doing it, I use a regular leather desk. And so I always want to put some kind of protection underneath me. So I'm just going to take this. Now I won't have to get any more of the jar because I got a nice little clump there. And these you can make sure you're going all the way. Whoops. See, I got off on my paper there. These you can make is okay. You can make sure that you got your ends and everything covered really nicely. I'm going to take some and put it up there. And that way you don't have to come in and re-glue that down after you've put it on the pages. So we'll move this over here just a little bit. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to pick this piece of paper up like this and then just push it down here. Push this, take this one, grab this one up real quick because it won't get, even if it gets stuck, you can just easily pick it up. But that's how easy that is to use. Now this I'm going to throw away already. What I do is I just fold it in half and then half again. Throw that away because I know I don't want to get it all yucky. And come over here and just get a new piece of scratch paper. take my fingers and push it all down, and then take the card and push it all down. So first I take my fingers, make sure it's all nice and stuck, and then you can just come and smooth it down, making sure. But these make it so nice to write. Like when I use this, I can write so nice and neatly on this page here. There's no bumps, see? Nothing, there's nothing. It's so nice and smooth, and I have to have nice. It's one of the things I haven't been able to get over, except is bumpiness to write on. I just don't like it. So now we have my food charts. So here, we want to, what I try to do is make two sides, or one side template, one side write, one side template, one side writing. So let me just take a peek what I do, and I think I might want to change this because last time I had, yeah. So here, what we want to do is we want to add my affirmations here, and here we're going to add my gratitude tracker. So the gratitude tracker is going to go here, and my affirmations are going to go here. So we'll take another piece of paper. Oops, it's okay, we can just use this piece here. And we're going to glue this down, because this way my writing can go on that side, and I can, now the nice thing too about using a template on one side and you doing your writing and doodling on the other is you can get really heavy, so you can use paints and markers that bleed and stuff, because it won't bleed since you have a piece of paper on that other side. So that's how I like to do. So I'm going to use this to put it here for my gratitude tracker. Bring it all the way in. Again, smooth it down. I'll come through and rub off all the rubber cement later. But I'm just going to come through here. Make sure it's nice and smooth. All right, and then over here, I'm going to write my affirmations. So that, again, I'm going to go grab my blue, darker blue this time. Again, because we're doing that same theme. So here I'm just going to do lettering for my affirmations. Make like waves, right? And I can come through and I can fancy that up later, but just to give you an idea. So now on this side, I'm going to get to write. So on this side, we're going to have, let me just take a peek so make sure I'm following my right format here. I'm going to have, okay, what you think about, you bring about. I like that page. And then my currently. So we're going to put on this side my what you think about, you bring about, and on this side we're going to put my currently. I love these. Now these I bought on Etsy. I'm trying to, and I can't remember the store name, but I absolutely love this. Loving, eating, thinking, going, making, reading, hearing, buying, celebrating, seeing, doing, wearing. Something what's happening in your life right now for that month, for the month of May. And I just love it. And each month when I do these, I just really look forward to doing them. So we're going to put that on that side there. Again, I can use the same piece of paper again. It's not too bad. Actually, let's put it this way. Get my rubber cement. Get that all put on there. This dries like so quickly too, so that, and while it's drying, you can still work on the next page and all that, not like white glue where you have to kind of wait for everything to dry or use a heat gun or something to, but, so anyway. And I get my cement glue at Walgreens. I get it at Walmart, so they have it everywhere. At Walgreens, so sometimes it'll go on sale. So here's my currently. And sometimes they'll have a closeout on it or, you know, whatever. And so I think I got these there, these Elmer ones there for like $1.99 or something, which is a good price. Okay. All right. So on this side, I'm going to do what you think about, you bring about, which I'm just going to do some lettering. I'm not going to do that right now. And we're going to turn it over and see what's next. You have like 2 more pages to template in, and then a couple to write in. So after my currently and after that, we're gonna do my mood tracker. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple things here. Oh, lead tracker. So what I think I'm gonna do here is we have the currently here, and we can write here and write here because I wanna move something to the other side. So here I'm gonna put my lead tracker for my business. So again, I'm gonna use the same marker. And I like these to flow, so I kind of make it go like this across the page. And that keeps track of my leads during the month, who I need to call, and people who call me and want more information about my businesses, companies, or whatever. So now on this page, we're going to put my list of, oops, that's got to be cut a little bit more. That's okay. And then my mood tracker. Actually, maybe I'll do it this way this time. I'll put my mood tracker over here. No, I'm used to my mood tracker being on the right. So here I'm going to put these 2 pages down here. Okay. And this page is another template. I believe I got this free on Google, but I might have gotten it from Etsy. I'm not positive. This mood tracker you can find by doing a Google search image, and as long as I'm not selling the books, I can go ahead and use it. So I'm going to track that down there and track that down there. Now that is all. So here's my reminders that is all the templates that I need for each month. So now from this point on is going to be writing. Okay, so from this point for about 20 pages or so, we'll be writing. So I am going to decorate these pages next. So in the next video that I come back and show you is I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to take my ocean theme and build out these pages ahead of time a little bit. A lot of times I do it as I go, but I do like to have that theme flowing a little bit. So I'm going to have the theme going through. That's beautiful. I found some beautiful printables for ocean themes. So I'd love to show those for you. So we'll do that on the next video. Please like my channel and like this video. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to reply to your comments, and let me know what other kind of tutorials you'd like me to do in the journaling space. And please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. The more people that we get subscribed, and the more that you like, people like the videos, the more YouTube will show it to more people, which is what we all want. So I appreciate that very much, and I will see you on the next video.